How's it going? My name is Saint Aaron Timothy, and I am here to do a reading on the current state of our energy in the world, the energy of the powers that be, and to see more deeper into what may be lying behind the curtains, but not just with the outside world, but also ourselves. I also want to incorporate ways that we can ground ourselves and grow within these times, within these very traumatic and scary and perilous times. I want to start off, of course, with a prayer. Dear Archangel Haniel, thank you for allowing us to congregate and come here today to gain more clarity about the world around us, about what lies in the shadows, not just in the outside world, but within ourselves. Thank you for another day and another opportunity to grow as humans and as people. Thank you for the tools that we have. And thank you for everybody that will watch this video, and hopefully it will be a blessing to their soul. In the name of the Most High, amen. So let's go to 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. What has really led me to realize what my calling is when it comes to doing card reading is this verse right here. I think, especially the way the world is, it's like I notice how easy it is to get caught up in bias. And in my experience, once you get caught up in a bias, that is when it leaves room for more negativity and more negative energy and, just more negative spiritual engagement to enter. And so coming into the importance of what I'm doing, I realize this verse really is the crux, the foundation. Tonight, that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on what fear is there, what things are causing us to engage or inhabit or accept, negative energy that, causes us to have fear or to put fear on others or to allow fear to fester. And we're also going to uncover how we can be empowered. We're going to uncover how we can also be of love and in love and still stay in a sound mind. I think that's very important right now because ultimately, all we can control is ourselves, and we want to make sure that that we're aligned to what's going on outside of us, because the more better aligned we are to what's going on outside of us, the less that we will be pulled in the way that everyone else is going. I give reverence to the Most High God, Creator, all the archangels, Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, all the archangels unnamed. But most importantly, I want to give reverence to Archangel Haniel, the angel that has presented herself to walk hand in hand with me. And I appreciate you all for coming on this journey. I invite you to come in. Archangel Haniel, what's moving through the nation that does not come from God? Archangel Haniel, what's moving through the nation that does not come from God? Archangel Haniel, what's moving through the nation that does not come from God? Archangel Haniel, what's moving through the nation that does not come from God? Archangel Haniel, what's moving through the nation that does not come from God? We have strength in the reverse. Archangel Haniel, how can we reclaim divine authority in the midst of the current crises in the United States? Archangel Haniel, how can we reclaim divine authority in the midst of the current crises in the United States? Archangel Hanael, how can we reclaim divine authority in the midst of the current crises in the United States? Archangel Hanael, how can we reclaim divine authority in the midst of the current crises in the United States? We have Eight of Wands in the reverse. Archangel Hanael, how can we restore compassion and divine connection with each other? Archangel Hanael, how can we restore compassion and divine connection with each other? Archangel Hanael, how can we restore Archangel Hanael, how can we restore compassion and divine connection with each other? Archangel Hanael, how can we restore compassion and divine connection with each other? Nine of Swords in the reverse. Archangel Hanael, how can we stay grounded and spiritually clear amidst the chaos? Archangel Hanael, how can we stay grounded and spiritually clear amidst the chaos? Archangel Hanael, how can we stay grounded and spiritually clear amidst the chaos? Archangel Hanael, how can we stay Archangel Hanael, how can we stay grounded and spiritually clear amidst the chaos? Four of Swords. Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do not heed this guidance? Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do not heed this guidance? Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do not heed this guidance? Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do not heed this guidance? Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do not heed this guidance? The Tower in the reverse. Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do follow this guidance? Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do follow this guidance? Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do follow this guidance? Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do follow this guidance? King of Cups in the reverse. Archangel Hanael, what energetic role does President Trump currently play in the spirit of this nation? Archangel Hanael, what energetic role does President Trump currently play in the spirit of this nation? Archangel Hanael, what energetic role does President Trump currently play in the spirit of this nation? Archangel Hanael, what role does President Trump currently play in the spirit of this nation? Knight of Wands. And Archangel Hanael, how can we stay aligned with God while witnessing and judging President Donald Trump? Archangel Hanael, how can we stay aligned with God while witnessing and judging President Donald Trump? Archangel Hanael, How can we stay aligned with God while witnessing and judging President Donald Trump? Archangel Hanael, how can we stay aligned with God while witnessing and judging President Donald Trump? Okay, so currently, let's go question by question. So, what's moving through the nation that does not come from God? There is a lack of confidence. There is a lack of control. There's too much force. There's two people are forcing. There's a lot of forcing going on. It's not think of a child, right? Like with little children, you can't force them. You know what I mean? Like when you look at this card, of course it's in the reverse, but do you see how it's a lion, and she's able to tame this lion through being calm, through being centered, through being grounded. Right now, there's a spirit of just a lack of grounding in this country. None of us are grounded right now. I don't want to say none of us, but I mean, the country is not in a good space. It's not. Maybe even quite possibly, the powers that be in this country are having trouble keeping their hands on things. I'm just getting force, like force, like trying to force something, like not having the patience, the compassion, right? There's fear too. There's a lot of fear as well. How can we reclaim divine authority in the midst of the current crisis in the United States? Well, we got the Eight of Wands, which signifies delays, block communication, things not moving forward. There's an energy of it's stuck. Things are stuck. I think we need to take more. Like we can't let things keep us from moving forward. We have to continue to move forward. We have to continue to be healthy. We have to continue to stay spiritually grounded. We have to continue to communicate, to talk to one another, to witness to one another. You know what I'm saying? To help each other, to encourage one another. Archangel Hannah, can we get can you clarify the Eight of Wands reverse, please? Archangel Hannah, can you clarify the Eight of Wands reverse, please? Archangel Hannah, can you clarify the Eight of Wands reverse, please? Archangel Hannah, can you clarify the Eight of Wands reverse, please? I mean, I got two that came out, so I guess I'll take them. Or it's three, actually. That's a lot, but we'll do it. Six of Swords reverse, Six of Wands reverse with the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Definitely stay grounded, for sure. But see, so the energy that, of course, this is Eight of Wands, like, this is the anchor energy, right? Like, things are stuck. And, you know, why? There's no movement forward. And, people probably just don't feel right now like they're being seen or even maybe appreciated for what they're doing. A lack of victory, a lack of achievement. But there is an energy here with the King of Pentacles of being grounded. Or at least utilizing this energy. Yeah. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember, like, tap into that. Tap into who you are. Don't stay stuck. You know, looking for validation from others. Your success and victory is not in how others, you know, it's just like, you don't need that, you know. You got the King of Pentacles here. Or something is definitely structured. It's definitely, I think, generosity. Let's pull out our tarot dictionary, and let's get a little, you know, let's get I like to get educational, so if you guys got time, then let's do it. We got because the Knight of Pentacles is kind of the one I'm a little like, Stability, protection, mature leadership, devotion, commitment, providing from a place of integrity. Yeah. Structure. Focus on, yeah. I mean, we have to focus on, like, right now there's a delay. There's a block from reclaiming this divine authority in the midst of this crisis right now. Like I said, you know, people they don't feel like they're moving on, and they might not feel like they're winning, you know, but ultimately we have to stay. You gotta stay rooted. Stay rooted in what you have built. Stay rooted in who you are, you know, what you bring to this world. You provide structure, you know, provide, still amidst all this stuff going on, look at how he's still, he's grounded, he's things look fruitful around him, you know, he looks very composed. Okay, let's move on to this. The next question here was, how can we restore compassion and divine connection with each other? We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. I think, to me, this is like I'm getting like forgiveness in a sense, like the things that keep you up at night that bother you, maybe like connections you've had or just like situations that you've had in the day. We need to forgive ourselves. We need to free ourselves. We need to heal. Like, how can we restore compassion and divine connection with each other? It's time to heal. It's time to come out of this mental anxiety, this overwhelm. Like, we need to start doing that. It's time to start letting go and processing a lot of things that have really been bothering us, or we've really been keeping inside. But let's go ahead and I feel called just to pull a clarifier on that one. So, Archangel Hanael, can you please clarify the Nine of Swords in reverse? Archangel Hanael, can you please clarify the Nine of Swords in reverse? Archangel Hanael, can you please clarify the Nine of Swords in reverse? Archangel Hanael, can you please clarify the Nine of Swords in reverse? We got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, like, it's not working anymore. Archangel Hanael, can you please clarify the Nine of Swords reverse for me one more time? We got the Nine of Swords reverse and the Two of Pentacles reverse. So like I said, we have to, there are things that we can no longer continue to hold. And it's time to, and it's mental, you know what I mean? And it's affecting our mental. We need to start healing that. We need to start finding different ways to deal with that mental anxiety of the things in life that we're having trouble maintaining. That's all we can do. It's time to come out at and stop resisting it. Clarify the Nine of Swords for me, please, Archangel Hanael. Wow, so, I mean, I had the Ace of Cups in the reverse. I got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, like, how do we restore this compassion and love? And what's the question here? How do we restore compassion and divine connection? I mean, dude, we're burnt out. Like, there's a lot of there's emotional anxiety. Either we're trying to get through it or we're not, and I kind of feel like we're not, right? Because this is what we need to do. There's just a lot of emotional unfulfillment, and it's causing us to kind of give up. But here, kind of what I'm also kind of getting from this Nine of Wands reverse, though, is like, it's time to start, let the guard down. Like, you know, it's time to just, and like, not let the guard down, just be like oblivious, but how much longer are you going to be able to hold on? Because now you can't, like, now it's getting to the point where you can't hold on to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hold on to this emotional unsatisfied, you know, being unsatisfied emotionally, not being able to handle or maintain the things you got going on in life, and it's bothering you. And even if you are trying, you know, even if you are trying to come out of it, it's bothering you, or you're not. We need to release a lot of this. Like, these things are causing so much anxiety. Like, we're tired. Yeah. It's time to release it. We need to be more giving emotionally. We're lacking here. We're not connecting. We're not loving. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not opening our hearts. There are people who are having issues in life. We need to be mindful of that. We need to be, you know what I'm saying? We need to be considerate of that. People are going through things. Everybody's having issues right now. and just let go. If you can remember these two things, it will be so much easier for you to let your guard down. And I think in doing those things, we can start to really heal a lot of that anxiety mentally that we have. We'll realize we're not alone. And we'll find more joy in being able to, like, help and be there for people. Okay. Let's see. One second. I'm trying to keep this. Okay, there we go. Okay. Archangel Hanael, how can we stay grounded? Oh, excuse me. Okay, so the next question was Archangel Hanael, how can we stay grounded and spiritually clear amidst the chaos? I mean, it's self-explanatory. A lot of reflection, a lot of resting, healing. Like, it goes back to this whole other, this whole other little question before. Healing. We need to really go within. If this isn't the perfect card for this kind of question, I don't know what other one is. How can we stay grounded and spiritually clear amidst the chaos? We really need to, it looks like he's consulting a higher force. He's in a certain meditative state. We need to go within. We need to heal. Healing. Rest. Not getting caught up in what's going on outside. Listening to the higher forces, to God, to the higher angels, to the higher realms. Discernment. Next question was Archangel Hanael. What or wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do not heed this guidance? So we have a tower in reverse. Let's go ahead and get clarified on this one. If we go to our dictionary here, the tower in reverse. The tower in reverse. So if we don't heed this guidance, I think we'll be resisting. We don't heed this guidance. There obviously is going to be a resistance to a collapse of just what we know to be true. We will still be living in this false reality, this false world, that eventually will have to come. It will come crumbling down. Past trauma dominating, but is being resisted rather than addressed. So, and I mean, you see it here. If you resist this kind of information here, that's obviously because what was the last question? It's about healing, discernment, rest. Past trauma, dominating, but it's being resisted instead of addressed. There's a resistance here to something crumbling, something falling. These things need to fall, especially when it came to the question of how to, I think it was, the question of, it was number 3, which was how can we restore compassion and divine connection with each other? You know, like, you see the blocks there. Those things really need to fall. It has caused us to create some realities and some ideas and mentalities that are false, that are not rooted in concrete. They're not structured. Inner implosion. Ooh, I like that one. Past trauma dominating due to a resistance, which leads to an inner implosion. We will implode internally. So if not on the outside, it's going to be happening within. If this guidance is not taken seriously. Now let's get a clarifier on the Tower verse, please. Archangel Hanael, can I have it clarified? Can you clarify the Tower verse for me, please? Archangel Hanael, can you clarify the Tower verse for me, please? Archangel Hanael, can you... 5 of Swords in the reverse. Clarify the Tower in reverse one more time for me, please. Clarify the Tower in reverse for me, please. Clarify the Tower in reverse for me, please. Clarify the Tower in reverse for me, please. 2 main cards. Clarify. Ooh. Yeah. And the Moon. Okay. So, what will happen if we don't take heed to this guidance? So we have an inner implosion, a resistance leading to an inner. It's just not going to end well. And it will happen internally before it happens externally. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse, which deals with, well, in this case, if we're speaking in regards to what will happen, I'm getting avoiding what's hidden. You know, like if you're avoiding something that needs to be brought to light, you know. Man, look, 5 of Swords is one of probably the most, like, interesting tarot cards, because it really doesn't matter what the question is. It's always just that's one of the trickiest tarot cards to me. Resolution, making amends, walking away from conflict, dropping the ego. Suggests softening of the mind or heart, willingness to reconcile. Avoidance, choosing peace at the cost of honesty. Or not speaking up when necessary. So, of course, yeah, like, I just see this as like something's being avoided, and there's fear. It's hidden. It's like I'm scared to really truly deal with it. So which is just gonna lead internally to, and it's funny because we said inner implosion and then the Moon comes up. So obviously we know we're dealing with like an internal kind of issue here. And of course, because that's kind of what the questions are kind of pointing at, right? The moon, illusion, mystery, intuition, hidden emotions, emotional undercurrents. Yeah, well, not everything is as it seems. Emotional ambiguity, vagueness, uncertainty, spiritual fog, deep unspoken feelings. Yeah. It's like I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather just keep it in. That's just so. If you choose to not heed the guidance, you will and I mean this is right for the world in general. But if we choose to not take heed to face what's hidden, if we choose to keep kind of running away from it, or not, or try to make like make peace with it, but not really getting down to the truth of it, we're just resisting something that externally will take place. But this, to me, I really get inner. Like I said with the moon there, it's hidden, but it's happening, right? It's collapse, it's false reality. Okay. And then the next one, Archangel Hanael, what will happen if we do follow this guidance and we have the King of Cups in reverse? Well, I love this because it just kind of came to me that here we have this emotional manipulation, this emotional instability, this emotional repression, this lack of boundaries, hidden emotional pain. Think about it. All the other questions that we've asked and we've had answers for kind of go back to us being able to turn this to, like, that's what all this has been about. How volatile and how repressed and how hidden how our emotional state is right now. We're not expressing these emotions in a healthy way. So if we take heed, we can fix this. So let's go ahead and put a clarifier on that to get a little bit deeper into that message. Archangel Hanael, can you clarify the King of Cups reverse, please? Archangel Hanael, can you clarify the King of Cups reverse, please? Archangel Hanael, can you please clarify the King of Cups reverse, please? What will happen if you do follow this advice? And we also, I'm getting, because this energy may not even be just with, like, think about it. We're dealing with powers that are very emotionally volatile. Like, just look at what's going on right now. The Fool and the Four of Pentacles. I love this. I think what I'm getting is you reclaim this sovereignty. You are able to hold on to what really matters. And new beginnings can come from this, right? It's time to really take inventory, take stock, hold tight, preserve your energy. I think it will allow us to preserve our energy, to hold on, to really realize what we need to hold on to. And I think through that, these new beginnings are here now. Of course, this is the major arcana here. I mean, this is the anchor, right? What will happen if we do follow this guidance? maybe even if we switch it, we have a new beginning, something fresh. You know, amidst the emotional instability, we have to protect our energy. We have to see the value and the importance of our spiritual selves, healing ourselves, preserving ourselves and what we have. Okay, and then we had Archangel Hanael. Archangel Hanael. What energetic role does the president currently play in the spirit of the nation? Knight of Wands. It's not wasting no time making it happen. You know? He's not wasting no time making it happen. Archangel Hanael, please clarify the Knight of Wands. Archangel Hanael, please clarify the Knight of Wands. Sometimes, well, I guess, right? Sometimes the Knight can be reckless, impulsive. It's not in a reverse. So it's charging in, it's charming, it's making things happen. Archangel Hanael, please clarify the Knight of Wands. Archangel Hanael, please clarify the Knight of Wands. So, Ten of Cups. Archangel Hanael, please. Oh. Eight of Swords. So, what role is the president currently playing? So, spark, action, making things happen. You can't tell me Donald Trump doesn't bring that kind of energy. There's a certain type of emotional fulfillment and hope that, I mean, let's be honest, he has brought that to the country for a lot of people, regardless of how a lot of you guys feel about him. I'm just going to read what the card said. It's the Ten of Cups in the upright position. He comes in and he brings this kind of spirit to people, at least to the people who support him, and maybe even within himself. You know, he may be someone who wants to bring back the idea of family, or even just the idea of people being able to enjoy what they have, to, you know, feel that sense of emotional fulfillment. So if not people feeling this way about him, this is the energy that he currently is bringing or reflecting, you know, within the nation, our country. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So it's funny because it's like on a mental communicative note, I feel like this is not seeing the truth for what it is. It's like I'd rather just keep the blindfolds on, and I guess So, and I kind of feel like this is more or less us as a country. It's like, or at least maybe even like the people that support him. I don't know, but there's some self-imposed, you know what I'm saying, like entrapment here when it comes to the energetic role that he plays. Okay, he right, okay, keeping people in this feeling like, oh, what can I do? You know, because think about it, it's like a lot of people are like, oh, Trump is in office, I can't do this. Oh, Trump is making this happen. Trump is making it. It's like it's a lot of blaming going on, and I feel like he definitely his role in this nation is reflecting that. Like a lot of people, like I do think that yes, like the power higher ups do make things harder, but I feel like people are really. It's like, okay, yes, we see what's wrong, but I feel like I feel like the nation is still kind of in this like this whole idea of it's either left or right, you know what I mean? And there are people who on his side are like this, not really seeing the full truth about him, but it's also people who are not on his side, who don't like him, who I feel like also kind of in this whole thing. I feel like this kind of also shows like people are still just oblivious to how like the world even really like the structure of it. You know what I mean? Like you think about it, and it's my personal opinion, but like politics, all that is already is an agenda. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's an agenda. So I don't know. I feel like you kind of see that a lot. Like you notice people are still not taking the blindfold off when it comes to things. Bringing out this spirit, like his role. He's I think he's also has people in a place where they're starting to care more about their fulfillment, especially like with their family, the things they have, their dreams. Like people are considering this a lot more. Okay, and last thing I'm gonna say, because I just got this, is like here comes the night, and he's bringing this hope, this promise, this like dream, but really this dream is entrapment. So I mean, I get that too. Like his role in this nation right now is currently playing as someone who's selling a dream, but his also keeping the blindfold on to where we're not really seeing. So what role is he playing? To come in, sell you this dream, but to also keep the people still trapped, still imposed, still dependent, still pretty much blind. Like he, you know, it's like this is his job. Keep the people stuck, or make the, you know, I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna be biased here. I feel like the questions give us a good enough way to be grounded enough to where we don't have to be biased. We know what the powers are doing. We know how they move. I'm just reading the card. But not only am I reading it for him, like I said, I'm reading it for us. I feel like this whole idea of just coming in, like making things happen, making these dreams happen, but like on our end, it's like it brings out the fact that we want to make things happen. We want these dreams to come true, but we're still so like stuck in our own mental traps, our own mental issues, and like they're issues that we really could solve or deal with, but we choose not to. We choose, like I said, it's like I get the blame game, you know. But if we're reading in regards to Donald Trump exactly, what I'm getting is the seller of a dream. You know, this dream is not. It's not even really possible because mentally there is no clarity. You know what I'm saying? Mentally there's no truth. Okay, and last but not least, I asked Archangel Hanael, how can we, what was it? How can we stay aligned with God while witnessing and judging President Donald Trump? And I got the Devil card. And to me, it's simple. It's like, don't become obsessed or paranoid or attached or like refrain from that. Be mindful of how much energy that is given to him and the thought of him, and like, oh, contract. Yeah, don't get caught up in like the shit. Like, everybody has an opinion, you know, like be mindful to not get swayed into how other people feel, how other people think, just because that's what they're saying and that's what everybody else is saying and it feels comfortable. Like, Archangel Hanael, can you please clarify the Devil? 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 We got Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Archangel Hanael, please clarify the Devil card. And we got the Emperor in the reverse. So how can we stay aligned with God while witnessing and judging President Donald Trump? The Devil card is okay. I'm kind of getting, this is what I'm getting before we get into the dictionary. I feel like here, this is President Donald Trump's energy. Opportunity, you know, no new opportunities, blocking opportunities of things happening, abusive, controlling, out of order, and then we have this attachment or this obsession or this contract. Yeah. It's weird how cards work, because it's like for me, I can get it, but trying to put in the words sometimes is just so hard. I definitely would say though, how can we stay aligned? I definitely would say, like, do not, there, like, this is strings attached. This is like using fear or force to control with this devil here and this emperor here. Like, just think about that. Like, emperor with an emperor reverse with that. Like, that's not a good combo. With the... Yeah. Don't worship, or... I wouldn't think too... don't think too highly of this person. They're not... Don't, like... Yeah. This is a good one right here. And of course, this is the last one. Okay, let's pull out the dictionary, because maybe that can give us a... We can end on that note. Where's my book at? Where in the world? Am I tripping? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. The Emperor in the reverse. Yeah. Yeah, there's just a power in, like, there's just... Overbearing authority. That's what I get. It's like an overbearing, imbalanced, controlling authority here. And there are no... With the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this is a shaky foundation. Like, there's nothing solid is being built here. This, like, understand this, he is not going to provide any sort of stability. There's just a lot of uncertainty here with him. And how can we stay aligned? Let's get the devil. It's an illusion. We need to be aware of the illusion, the temptation, the control, how fear don't allow... See, Dynamics where fear has taken the wheel. A force that tests your sovereignty. Power that seduces, manipulates, or consumes. Yeah, don't be deceived. Like that's okay. Don't be deceived. There's illusion. There's control. Like, it's just, this is a dark energy. How can we stay aligned? Don't be consumed. Know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with whatever's offered. It's not what it looked like. Whatever is being said, whatever is being promised, it's, look at who it's coming from. Don't fall victim to what is being offered. Yeah. Like I said, someone here who, what role is he playing in the country spiritually? There's entrapment here. Yeah, there's entrapment here. In the name of the American dream. Democracy, right? This is all just to keep the people in an illusion that we all just need to wake up from. These people are not our friends. And that's kind of just how I see it. Like I said, I don't want to be biased, but that is, at least for me, that's the truth for me. People in power are not your friends. It's stated over and over throughout history. It's stated over and over in the Bible. These people are oppressors. And so their role is to keep you like this, hoping and not realizing all you gotta do is take the blindfold off and you realize this is all just, you know, it's not what it looks like, I guess you could say, right? Yeah. So let's just say a prayer real quick and I will close out this reading. Dear Archangel Hanael, thank you so much for being a part of this space and speaking through me, and allowing your spirit to read the synchronicity of the cards that were pulled. Thank you so much for connecting yourself to me and many others that will watch this video. And I pray and I affirm that all who come in contact with this video and this knowledge and understanding will be liberated if they are in any kind of trauma, any kind of pain, any kind of entrapment or abuse, that they will be released, that they will be freed from any kind of situations that are negative in their life. I ask that this becomes a powerful reading for those who are on the journey, who are keeping the faith. Protect them, keep them. Dear God, we would like to also just say thank you. Thank you for your angels. Thank you for the breath of life. We also, before we close, would like to just ask for forgiveness for our sins and forgiveness for others who have wronged us or have done us wrong. We ask for your spirit to be in us, to forgive them and to love them, like you said in the scripture in Romans chapter 12, to not be overcome by evil, but to overcome evil with good. Thank you for this reading. Thank you for all those that were here. Thank you for your angels. In the name of Saint Aaron Timothy, amen. Thank you so much for being a part of this reading, and I will see you all next time.